Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Those who are new, welcome to my channel. Hi friends, we have all in today's class let us see geographical features of our India. The geographical environment has influenced every country and the people in the world. There is an intimate relationship between human life and environment. We are all know that there is a relationship between human beings and environment. Hence, it is necessary to learn about the geographical environment in order to know about the human history. India is a subcontinent occupies a huge area in the south part of Asian continent. Our India located in south part of Asian continent, as it is surrounded by the water on three sides and land on one side. It is a peninsula. Our India shared land boundary with the Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar or Burma. Those are all the countries which our India has shared land boundary. Now let us move on. India's geographical area. There are 28 states and 8 union territories are there. One national capital region, that is Delhi. Now let us move on. India's geographical features comprises the Himalayan mountain and Indo-Gangetic plain in the north, Deccan Plateau and coastal region in the south, the snow-capped mountains in the north, including some of the tallest mountain peaks in the world. By the way, the world's tallest mountain is Mount Everest and India's tallest mountain is K2. They help to preserve the safety and security of our India. They have very few invasions on the ancient India from the northern Himalayan regions. The attack have been mainly from the northwestern side, though the valley of Bolan and Khyber passes. The flat Indo-Gangetic plain are the extremely fertile land in our whole India. The ancient civilization of Indus Valley and Vedic period flourished here. Here means in Indo-Gangetic plain. The many battles have been fought from the time to time to establish control over the area. Usually, the dynasties that established control over the fertile Gangetic plain also established empires here. The Narmada River separated India into two parts. Those are the Malwa Plateau or Central Highland and Deccan Plateau in the south. The Mauryans and Guptas were ruled those two areas of the ancient India. The Indian coastline is very vast, stretched over 6,100 kilometers. The eastern coastline is called as a Coromandel coast, whereas the western coastline is referred as a Konkan and Malabar coastline. The numerous ports on this coastline, they have attracted the Romans. Immemorable foreign trade was carried on those areas. Only through the sea route. As a result, the port towns flourished, resulting in the rise of powerful kingdom in south like Pandyas, Cheras and Cholas. The diversity in the Indian geographical environment, it has also influenced the life of communities living here. The dispute and communal diversity, there exists and cultural unity which bind all those diversities. The unity in diversity is the essence of this culture. In the western part, we see the Arabian Sea. In the southern part, we see Indian Ocean. And in eastern part, we see Bay of Bengal. Those are all the seas which are surrounded our India in the peninsular region. In today's class, we have learned about the geographical location of our India, neighboring countries. Our India shared land boundaries with how many countries we have learned today's class. After that, we see the major parts of our India like Himalayan mountains, Indo-Gangetic plain or Malwa Plateau or Deccan Plateau in this region. After that we see the coastal line of our India. How our India is in unity, all diversified factors. Those are all about the geographical features of our India. Thank you for watching this.